But I didn't have a gym bag and I was scared my gym was gonna get mad at me for using it. But this is one of my favorite pieces of equipment I have, if not the most expensive. Another weird thing, I don't know why. You guys might be wondering what this thing is. The top 3 things I think everyone needs to have to lift. All right, y'all, we're gonna be going everything that I keep in my gym bag every single session. I'm gonna go through the top 3 things I think you guys need in your gym bags. We're gonna go through it pocket by pocket so then y'all can see what I use, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I use it, why I have it in the bag, and what situation I use it in, and if I think you should have it. We're gonna go through the side pockets first. I only keep one thing in my side pocket besides my water and my tripod, which I'm filming on right now. I'm not including camera gear in this video just because it's all gym oriented. You guys might be wondering what this thing is. It's a tiny scale. So I keep this in my bag because sometimes I go to a lot of Lifetimes, I go to a lot of gyms that do meal prep, and sometimes if I don't have my meals and they just have grilled chicken or whatever it may be pre-made, or pineapple or fruit, and I didn't have a post-workout meal, I'll just have that, and so I can track it, I weigh it. So this is just a little scale, normal food scale. It's kind of sus looking, but I just keep it in the side. Obviously, we have the patches on the top, Italy, because I'm Italian, the American flag, and the bodybuilding. Probably gonna put a OCB patch on it if I get my pro card. Hopefully that will come to fruition soon. But let's move on to the first real pocket. My OG lifting straps. I'm gonna put a video up on the screen of what I used to use these for. The form was actually atrocious, but these are OG. I've had these since freshman year and I haven't got rid of them yet just because I think they're disgusting, but they just work perfectly for my wrists. So I don't know, I just keep them. I then kind of piggyback off that, I have some Echo cuffs, which are straps and cuffs. These are my only lifting cuffs I have right now because my other ones broke. It's on my Instagram. These ones have worked great. I do actually really like them. They're very useful because they're straps and cuffs in one. So when I go to lift, I just leave them on the whole time. Next, another weird thing, I don't know why, but I have an all black resistance band. It's like medium to hard elasticity or level. Every gym you go to will have a resistance band, so I don't really know why I have this. Kind of just peace of mind for me because I know if I double loop this on a hack squat, I have my hack squat band. I can warm up with it. That's mainly the reason I have it. Lastly, in this front pocket, oh, well, I guess I should probably include this. This is just another resistance band I use. This one's more or less like a rope for tying plates around a machine. Last thing in the front pocket are my wrist wraps. Maryland themed, obviously, if you guys don't know, that's where I grew up. I mean, you don't really need wrist wraps for anything unless you're a power lifter. I do a lot of heavy dips. I'm more or less just way too lazy to put these on half the time. If anything, and I'm doing an upper session and I want to do my heavy dips and presses, I just leave the cuffs on because they're lifting cuffs, straps, and they kind of work as wrist wraps because they just wrap around your wrists. So that's it for the front pocket. We're gonna move on to the second smallest or second pocket. This pocket has a bunch of random stuff in it that comes with the Wolf Pack. These wristbands, like some other stuff, some patches I just didn't take out. So we're gonna skip out on those just because they have absolutely nothing to do with what I actually bring to the gym. First, I guess what we should probably go over is I have an air tag in here, so when anyone steals this bag, I'll know exactly where it is. Next, kind of going off that, my AirPods, I keep them in this pocket because it's the most convenient pocket. We have this, which is the screw-on phone mount for my tripod, which I'm filming on right now, which I use for all my posing videos. So this is kind of a must-have. I know I said I'm not really including camera gear in this video, but figured I'd just touch on it because it's in here and I use it so much. Secondly, this I highly recommend to anyone trying to get into content because I was way too scared to film in my gym. And even now when I film my upper day videos a lot of the time and I don't want to walk around with my big camera tripod, this is just a magnetic tripod. It sticks right onto anything, and I put my phone in here and I can film posing videos, talking head videos, whatever. It's just super convenient. And then lastly, the seat belt. So I recommend anyone that trained or does hard leg training to get a seat belt just because a lot of machines don't have it, and this has changed the game for my leg training. I use it on my quad extensions. Basically anything where my butt is gonna come up off the seat, I will put this on it. It is so nice to have your own. You can tighten it, and then I just literally put it around the seat and do it. It takes 2 seconds. Super good, super high value. Definitely recommend getting one of these. So that's it for the second pocket. We're gonna move on to the second biggest pocket, so the third pocket in total. Things that are in here change depending on what I'm hitting, what body part I'm hitting that day. So there might be some variance. I have everything in here now, but all of it wouldn't be in this bag at once unless I'm traveling. You guys are probably wondering what this is because it looks really weird, but it's basically a bendy thing that allows me to put my phone on the Stairmaster properly and lean it up on the screen so I don't have to rather hold it. Honestly, game changer. I highly recommend that. And I'm not sponsored by any of these companies either, so you know, this is just free promo at this point. So this is probably the only other thing in that pocket. Yeah, that's what I thought. So this is the only other thing in that pocket. It's a weight belt. I use this every single week. Funny enough, I only do weighted dips and I don't do pull-ups. So you would think I would probably just change out that exercise because this is a big ass piece of equipment to bring around for that. But I absolutely love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. This is a highly versatile piece of equipment and it was very cheap. And this is the same one I've had since freshman year, most of this stuff. Freshman year of high school, guys. I just finished my freshman year of college. I've had this piece of equipment for almost 4 years, same with the straps. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by these companies, but this stuff's lasted me a long time. So clearly they have good products. So that is it for the second biggest pocket. We're gonna get into the last pocket, but I have something I wanna go over first. Something that would normally be in that pocket would be this. And I'm sure all of you guys can tell what this is. This is my lifting belt. I would bring this on my leg days, used to bring it on my pull days when I did deadlifts. My Katamu belt. This is kind of like a Joker theme. This belt is so sick. And then I don't know if you guys can read it from the camera, but it says "Why So Serious" on the inside. This is a sick belt. I love it. Super comfortable. You can unscrew it to fit your waist, like specifically over time. I know a lot of belts don't come with that. So as you're bulking and cutting, you can tighten it and loosen it. But this is one of my favorite pieces of equipment I have, if not the most expensive, most definitely. And I'll probably be using this belt for a really long time until maybe I get my pro card and I'll get a belt that says blah, blah, blah pro. That's the dream, that's the manifestation. But I see a lot of people win competitions and use belts that they won at competition. I don't know if I'd ever bring myself to be able to do that. Maybe I'm just, you know, foreshadowing and I'll actually do it because I'm sure once you win it, you want to wear it. Now that that's out the way, let's get into the actual pocket itself on the bag. Squat shoes. So these are the Nike squat shoes. I don't know the exact name of them. Nike weightlifting. So, you know, that's pretty specific. But these are my favorite. They come in some cool colorways. I just got the white and black ones just because I wear mostly white and black. As you guys can see, I wear these every time I squat. And then sometimes I'll just kind of leave them on to do my hip thrusts or things of that nature, just because they're super flat-footed, but they're heel elevated. So they're gonna give you more quad focus on your lifts. And I found when I started wearing these on my hack squats, my heels would not come up. And when you do calves, these are actually really comfortable. A lot of the times I don't put them on for calves because it's at the start of the workout. But since it's so stiff, like if you guys can see, like I can't bend it. So when you're kind of extending, it doesn't hurt the middle of your foot. Lighting wise, for the aesthetics, my gym lamp. Not a good nor bad purchase. I actually really like it. A lot of the bathrooms I go into just have good lighting, so I don't use it a ton. But when you're at home and you want to make a posing video in like some unique place and have some good lighting, this is definitely really good at my home gym. I use this a ton to make a couple posing videos that I posted. So this is actually pretty cool. I haven't had to charge it or anything yet. And it seems to have a lot of different modes. It's magnetic and it has this little like hang thing so you can hang it on something. It's pretty small though, but this I've had the last week and I've enjoyed it. We're gonna start getting into some of the good stuff now. So my leg sleeves, these are Young LA. They're great. I love them, but they smell horrible and I haven't washed them in forever. So definitely wash your leg sleeves because they stink. I think these dropped a really long time ago. I remember getting them for Christmas like 2.5 years ago and I just never wore them until a year ago. So they sat around for a year before I started using them. Honestly, I love them. I know SBD makes obviously great ones, but I couldn't tell you guys the millimeter or the size of these. These are kind of just generic and I didn't really know what they are when I got them. Next, I have 2 gym pins. You guys are probably wondering what the difference is, and I don't know if you can see, but they are about the same size in actual, like, I don't know, pinness, but the pin that you stick into the stack, this one is thicker and this one is thinner. That is so when I use different machines, I can use this on some machines and this will fit in the other machines. A lot of the time this one will go to the techno, I don't like that. This will probably go into the techno gym machines, and this is a lot more of like your average Life Fitness hammer strength stack. Funny story about these actually, before I had a gym bag, I don't know why I never had a gym bag for a long time, but I didn't. And I remember I finally maxed out the stack for like 15 reps on a machine I was doing. This was like a sophomore year of high school. I ordered the gym pin. I was so excited to use it. I was like, damn, I'm so Aki, even though it was on like cable crunches probably or something stupid that everyone in the world can max out. But I didn't have a gym bag and I was scared my gym was gonna get mad at me for using it because I just went to a normal Lifetime Fitness and you have to walk by the front desk. And what I would do is I would bring my water, my headphones, and my change of clothes in one hand, and then I didn't want them seeing the gym pin, so I would take my pump cover off prematurely, hold this, throw my pump cover over like I was just holding a shirt, walk in the gym, put the pump cover back on, and then walk around my gym pin just in my hand like this. Overall, I think these are great. I haven't tried the extenders yet for the machines, which the plate loaded machines, which I think I'm gonna be excited to try when I get that strong. So, and then to kind of go along with that, I have one set of clips. I don't use them a ton. I use them a lot if I use the gym pins, which I try not to use a lot anymore. But if I use those, I will use this to keep the plate on them. And it's also just nice to have your own clips. And the last thing that I keep in the bag are my elbow wraps. I kind of bounce around. I think these are the PR elbow wraps, Larry Wheels brand. I don't think anyone needs elbow wraps. I only use them because I have extreme joint pain when I do my dips. Obviously, I'm not dipping a ton of weight. I'm at like 4 plates right now, probably for 1 good rep. But I do higher reps. I do like 6 to 8 reps. So once you get past like a plate and a half on dips, I recommend you using these just because you're putting your elbows and your shoulders in a very disadvantageous position and a high injury risk position. And the last thing to go over, I guess, the bag itself. So this is my Wolf Pack. If you guys watch my videos forever, you guys know I absolutely love Wolf Packs. They're the best backpacks ever. They look sick. The patches are sick. I got this at the Arnold because I just wanted a new backpack. My other one was running down and it was too big. Honestly, it was just a huge backpack, but this one is kind of medium size, so it's a little tighter, which I do like, less to bring around. But overall, I would recommend this backpack to everyone that's getting into a gym bag. This or a duffel bag. I believe they do make smaller versions of this too. The top 3 things I think everyone needs to have to lift would be number 1, the straps. Any type of lifting straps would be my number 1 S tier recommendation to anyone. 2 would be a lifting backpack, whether that be a duffel bag, a Wolf Pack, something to bring your stuff in. Lastly, I think the thing every lifter should have is actually not in the bag. It's a lifting belt. So obvious, I feel like these are all really obvious options. You wanna have a lifting belt, you wanna have a backpack, and you wanna have straps. If you have those 3, you cannot go wrong. You would not be missing out on anything. But those are the top 3 things that I think every lifter should have in their backpack. That's what I bring in my lifting bag, and I hope y'all enjoyed the video.